Oh, sorry. I have it on. Hi, guys. So today we're going to do something a little different. Usually on Saturdays we do the surprise recipe. It's on.
Push the button?
Yes. So, I'm sorry. Lost my train of thought.
Reset.
So normally on Saturdays we do the surprise recipe, but since it's getting kind of close to St. Patrick's Day, I thought I might do uh, some kind of recipe in honor of St. Patrick's Day. So today I am going to make a braised cabbage with mustard cream sauce. So I hope you like it. I know that I like all kinds of cabbage. I don't care how you cook it. I love it. So on this recipe, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into wedges, and then we're going to, wow, that's hard. I think I'm going to cut it into wedges. Turn this around. If I don't kill myself, I'm trying to get this cut in half. So we're going to cut it into wedges and then sear it, and then put it in the oven to braise. And normally it takes, because, and then one thing, you need to leave the stem on because you need your pieces to stay together. So we're gonna do another wedge. All right, we'll get this guy going. Oh, messed that one up a little bit. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little olive oil into the pan and get that going. And then when that gets hot, we're going to sear that. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I was running around today trying to find some ingredients to a recipe that I want to make tomorrow. Unfortunately, I was not able to find the exact ingredient I needed, but I bought something I think will substitute for it. I'm going to test it in the morning before I actually use it. So tomorrow we're going to have a special video. I should have had this going while I was cutting the cabbage. So what I done was I went ahead and I seared some and put it in the oven because it takes about 30 minutes or so for the cabbage to cook through. So, and on one of the pieces of cabbage, it kind of came loose, so one of them is kind of messed up. But so when that gets done, I'm going to have to pull that out here. I wanted it to be more timely, but I was running a little behind, so my cabbage is going to wait for us. But so when this gets hot, looks a little shimmery. Let's see. Not quite. A little bit more. This pan's kind of thick, so it takes a little time. Oh, well, while we're waiting, I can turn on my thing. I always forget to do that. So I've never made this recipe before. Like I said, I love cabbage, so I eat it boiled, fried. Fried is actually my favorite. Braised, all different ways. Any way you make cabbage, I love it. But this time I'm going to make this sauce, and it's with stone ground mustard, and I really like stone ground mustard, so I think this is going to be very delicious. At least for me. My husband doesn't like cabbage. I don't know what's wrong with him. Not enough Irish in him, I don't think. Oh, there we go. So we're just going to get these in here. And my other cabbage head was smaller than this one. So I was able to do it all once. This one, I think I'm gonna have to do half at a time. And since my other cabbage is almost done, I think I'll just do half. Hey Tina, nice to see you. I love you too. I hope you're having an awesome day. So I think that's what we'll do, guys. We're only going to cook half of it, even though normally I would cook all. And the one in the oven, I had a small head, and I have all slices in there. But it's going to be done pretty soon. So as soon as this gets browned, I'm going to put it in the pan, and then we'll switch to the other one to make the sauce. I have to make the braising liquid as well. So what you want to do here is you just want to get it, you want to get that char on there to get that good char flavor. It usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes to get that charred up. And then after that gets done, then we'll make the braising liquid. So we're going to put this in a pan after it sears, and then we're going to make some braising liquid with some chicken broth and garlic powder and thyme. And we're going to put that in there and let that cook for a minute. And then after that, we'll get the other one out. Love cabbage too. That's what I was just saying a few minutes ago, is that I can eat it any way you cook it. I really like corned beef and cabbage is delicious. Fried cabbage, one of my favorites. I usually fry up some bacon. Oh, that's not charred enough. I usually fry up some bacon and then cut my cabbage up and put it, and I fry it in the bacon grease. Oh, it's so good. And then I put some of the crumbled bacon on the top at the end when I serve it. Oh, that one's looking a little better. I like it to be more charred than that. So hopefully that's going to char up here pretty soon. Oh, I have a funny story to tell you. So after work on Friday, my husband and I were going to go see a movie. Oppenheimer. Am I pronouncing that right? So I get home and he puts his socks on and everything, and we go to leave. And then he talked about, oh, it's kind of cold, I'm wearing shorts, and you know, it's a big old thing. So anyway, so we drive all the way to the movie theater. And right when we're going to get out, oh, that's my timer. Right when we're going to get out of the car, he goes to step out and realizes he was wearing his slippers. His house slippers. It was so funny. Because he has these big green Grinch slippers. And he's like, I'm not getting out in this. that looks a little better. So you just want to get this charred up. Let me grab my pot holders and get the ones that I've done ahead of time out of the oven. So after these get nice and charred, we're going to put them in a baking dish. Oh, let me move this other one. We're just going to put that in there. That one could have got a little brown. I don't know about you, but I like charred. So a little bit darker would be better for me. So you just want to lift this out. If it falls apart, that's all right. You're just going to have little extra little pieces instead of the wedge. Because some of my first ones, they fell apart too. So then you're going to fix your braising liquid. So what you're going to do for that is I'm going to pour some chicken stock in there. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1.5 teaspoons of thyme. Just put that in there. And then we're just going to let that cook up just a little bit. Let the flavors marry. And you don't really have to do this. I think that it gives the cabbage a little more flavor by having a flavored braising liquid. But you could also just use water if you didn't have anything. It's just to make sure that the cabbage gets cooked. So I like having the spices, and you can use things that you like. I love garlic, and you could put fresh garlic, but the garlic powder works fine for this. And then I put a little thyme, but if you like other flavors, you can use those. We're just going to cook that just a little bit. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot? I forgot to salt and pepper the cabbage. So normally I would salt and pepper the cabbage while I was cooking it. I just put a little salt, a little pepper. And I love these. I got these from Erin and Tracy. I love them. But tomorrow I'm going to do a special recipe. I'm hoping I can do the one that I'm planning on. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because if my ingredients don't work out, I'm going to have to pivot and go to something else. But I am going to do a special recipe tomorrow, even if I have to change it up. And then what else are we doing this week? Are we doing something else? I'm planning on doing another Irish recipe or something for St. Patrick's Day. And when's St. Patrick's Day? Sunday? The 17th? Is it Sunday?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. So that gives me a little more time. So I'm going to do, I haven't decided. I'm thinking I might make some coddle, which is a really good dish. It's potatoes and sausage. And on keto, I really can't have potatoes, but I've made this recipe with radishes. I know that sounds crazy, but when they're cooked, they taste really good. I mean, they don't have that bite like they do when they're raw, and they make a good substitute for potatoes. And it came out pretty well in the coddle, and it also has bacon. Bacon just makes everything better.
I think we talked about making the Thursday husband kitchen takeover a regular thing as well. So
Oh, that'll be fun. I don't have to cook on Thursday. That's awesome.
No, you just have to eat what I cook on Thursday.
Well, I know it's probably going to be something good because you're picky. So then I'm just going to pour this in here over. All right. And then I'm going to put some foil, cover it with foil. And then you put it in the oven for about 30 minutes or however long it takes for the cabbage to get done. And then now we're going to make our sauce. So to make our sauce, you're going to put about 3 tablespoons of butter into the same pan that you made your braising liquid and fried your cabbage or seared your cabbage. I'm just going to melt that up. After that gets all melted, I'm going to add some onions. It's about 2 tablespoons of onions. You can use shallots. That would make a nice sauce. I didn't have shallots, so I am using onion. If this ever melts. So we gotta get this going. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in. So we just gotta get these onions cooked, and when these onions get cooked, then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients and cook it down for a little bit to reduce it. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I need to get the cabbage out of that pan because I'm going to use that braising liquid in this sauce. So let me do that while that's cooking. That's what it looks like when it's all done. Now, if I can get these out in wedges without it falling apart, that's going to be the trick. Let's see. There's one wedge. 2. All right, just got to get these out of here so we can have this good liquid to put in our sauce. And then this is the one that fell apart that I told you guys about earlier. Just didn't stay together. That's all right. Oh, I'm making a mess. Oh my goodness, come on. Let me get a fork. it again. Gosh, we're gonna have a big mess to clean up tonight. All right, let's stir these onions. I'm gonna take a quick look at my recipe to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I think that's pretty much it. It's a pretty easy recipe. So just make sure these get cooked up. They're nice and soft. And then we're going to add that braising liquid. I'm just going to cook that a little bit for about a minute. Let it reduce just a bit. Doesn't look like it's going to need to cook very long. And then you're going to put in your mustard. And this is stone ground mustard. And then I'm going to mix this around, and then I'm going to go get the cream. Yeah, this is getting stiff already. Yeah, I need to get that cream. Give me just one moment. I left that in the refrigerator. So then we're going to add 2/3 cup of cream. Turn the fire down a little. And just mix that all up. Probably add a little salt and pepper. That cold cream, maybe I should have took it out. I just didn't want to leave it out on the counter, so it's ice cold. So it's going to take a minute for this to get back up to temp. And while it's thinking about it, oh, do I still have more cream in here? Just a little bit. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. And let's look over here. Yep, this cabbage I'm just going to do in 2 batches. So let's just wait for that to come up. I lowered it because I didn't want the milk to curdle. Shouldn't be long. And then we'll have this nice sauce to put on. Let me get a better taste of that. See if it needs any more salt or pepper. I think it needs both. I'm going to add a little more pepper. And a little more salt. All right. That's looking good. That's what I like about this pan, because there's a lot of cooking surface. So things cook a little faster sometimes after it gets hot. So I think I'm going to reduce it just a hair more. And then we can try it. So while that's reducing just a little more, I'm going to put a couple pieces of cabbage on the plate here. It's a nice brown one. All right. Now I'm going to turn this off. Coats the back of your spoon. It's perfect. All right. Let me get a little spoon. I'll just put a little of this on the cabbage. Oops, I want to do that. I got mad at you the other day for doing that to my pan. All right. So there we have it. Braised cabbage with a mustard cream sauce. Looks delicious. I can't wait to taste it. I'm going to put a little bit on a plate so we can try it, or at least I can try it. I don't know about my husband. I'm just going to grab a little one here. And I'm going to grab this cabbage that was messed up. Ooh, I am sloppy today. All right. Now let's put a little bit of the sauce. Looks good to me. Like I said, I love cabbage. This is really good. I know you guys are going to get tired of me saying that. That's what I always say. But well, like I said, I love cabbage, so I could eat this cabbage just by itself. But the mustard cream sauce gives it a little extra. I think I would have actually added a little more mustard just to make it more strong. But it's supposed to be a mustard cream sauce, so it just has the hint of mustard. If you like cabbage, you'll like this recipe. Very delicious. The cabbage is cooked through nicely. You can taste that char. Really like it. So, like I said, I'm going to do a couple more Irish recipes this week. Maybe on Saturday, since St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday, I might make a few Irish drinks, maybe. Depends if I get my Irish cream made this week. So, hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, please subscribe on my YouTube, follow, hit notifications, whatever you guys need to do, so that you don't miss any of my videos, because I really enjoy doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy the recipe, because I sure do. And I will see you guys tomorrow with my special one that I'm doing. Have a good night, guys. Bye. I think you should try this without the sauce. I know you don't like sauce or mustard or cream, but the cabbage was really good.